The seafood boil came out so delicious. Right now I'm eating a jumbo shrimp. You can taste the butter and the lemon and the spices that I use, the creole seasoning, the Cajun seasoning. It's just so good. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am about to make a seafood boil. It's the July 4th and I wanted to do something a little different instead of barbecuing. So I got some jumbo shrimp here from the wharf. These are fresh jumbo shrimp, wild caught. And I'm going to clean now. They already shelled the shrimp. These are the shrimp that comes like in a shell, but I'm going to finish cleaning it. So there's a little black little stringy thing that is inside there. I always clean that out because as far as I heard, that's like, not good to eat. It's like, like poop, or I don't know what it is, but I definitely take that out. Look at that, so I took it out. And I'm going to just put a little lemon in the shrimp and set that aside. So I put a little lemon juice, that's half of a lemon, and I'm just going to set it aside. So next I'm going to start working on the crab legs. I have some jumbo crab legs that I got also. With these I'm just going to rinse them off, same way with lemon, just to get any dirt or anything that's on there, because these weren't steamed yet. I'm going to do the steaming, so I have to make sure that I wash it really well. So I'm just taking the lemon and I'm just squeezing it over it, and just get like when anything that's on there. It wasn't really dirty, but I am just doing this as an extra precaution. So once that is all rinsed off, I'm going to set that aside also. So now I'm going to start working on all my stuff that I'm going to put into the water to boil. So I have a pot of water that I put to boil, and now I'm going to put this lemon. I'm cutting up lemons. I'm going to cut up some potatoes. I'm going to cut up some corn. And all of this is going to go into the water to boil. I also did a few eggs, but I didn't put this in together with the potatoes and the corn and stuff. The eggs went in a little more to the end, because eggs don't take a very long time to boil. So I got these red potatoes, and it's like a potato medley, it's called on the pack. So you can use like straight red potatoes or just the straight yellow potatoes. It just depends on your preference. And these are the baby potatoes. I left them whole because they were easy to they're not too big, so I didn't really have to cut them in half. So that's the pot of water that I have boiling. Now we're gonna have to season up this water really well, because all these the corn and everything is going to be boiled in that water. So I put some bay leaf in there. I have a few leaves of bay leaves. Putting in the lemon. I'm going to put in the potatoes, and then I'm going to just season up that water really well. So this is my creole seasoning. I'm going to put that in. So I don't really have a measurement for this. With this, you have to put it to taste. So you can taste this. I mean, there isn't anything raw in there at this point. You're just putting in the lemon and the seasonings and stuff, so you can taste it as you go, to make sure that the water has enough salt, because you want all your corn and your potatoes and everything to have a nice flavor. So this is a Cajun seasoning called Slap Your Mama. I'm going to use this as my Cajun seasoning. It's really good, and this is the only Cajun seasoning that I use. So I'm just going to put that in there. As I said, you can go as generous or as light. It depends on your salt preference, so you have to taste it and see. So now I have some lemon pepper seasoning. I'm going to put that in there. And then I'm going to put in some garlic powder, granulated garlic powder. Some onion powder. I will try to put a scaled down recipe at the bottom in the description, but you know, when I made this, you know, it wasn't really no measurement. As I said, I just average, and you just have to taste it, and you will taste and you will see what you want, what you don't want, you know, what you, if you feel like you need some more garlic. It all depends on your preference, because at this point this is just something that you season up to your liking. So you just want to make sure that that water is seasoned really well, because you have to put in all the other stuff in there, and you want everything to. So for the potatoes, I realized that I didn't poke. I usually poke holes in the potatoes. Like I take a fork and just poke some holes. That will help the seasoning to seep through, and the potatoes will be well seasoned also by the time it's finished. So that's a little tip that you can do for your potatoes. So this is some pink Himalayan salt. I'm just putting a little of that in there also, as I say, I tasted it and I feel like it needed a little more salt. You want to make sure you stir the pot really well so that all the seasonings will be nice and mixed in, and you know, just make sure you taste as you go. So now I'm going to start preparing my garlic butter sauce. It's a garlic lemon butter sauce. So I'm doing my garlic right now. I'm chopping up the garlic really nice and small. I actually have the wrong knife. I didn't walk with my knife, and I was at my sister's house doing this video, so you know, I'm just using what I had at hand. I'm just chopping up fine chop. I'm gonna put in a habanero pepper in there. That's optional. I just like spicy, so I decided to put that habanero pepper in there. So that's something that you could omit. So there's some parsley. I'm just going to chop that up really fine. That's more for garnish. And then I'm going to squeeze. This is juice of 1 lemon. All of this is going to go into the sauce. So at this point I have a pot on the stove. It's hot, and I'm going to put in some olive oil. Now, yeah, I'm going to put butter in there, but I'm putting the olive oil so that the butter won't start burning too much. So I put some olive oil to kind of coat the pot, and then I'm going to put in the pan, and then I'm going to put in the butter. So I'm adding 3 sticks of butter to the pan, and you want this butter to be melted. Yes, she wants to help. So I have my little helper. Yes, so I'm going to melt the butter in the pan. You want it to be all melted, because we're going to use this butter to build our sauce. But first we have to saute the garlic in that butter, so we want it to be nice and melted. So now that it's nice and melted, I'm going to start adding in my garlic and the hot habanero pepper that I put in cut up. I'm not going to put in, I also want to use some of the parsley also for the sauce, but I'm not going to put that in just yet. I'm just doing the garlic first and the pepper, which I told you pepper is optional. So once the garlic is all cooked and it looks like it's, you know, ready, I added some Cajun seasoning, I added some Obe seasoning, you know, just these seasonings that I did put into the water. I'm just putting that into the sauce. So I'm in some onion powder, garlic powder, slap your mama, all the seasoning that I showed you before. And I also added some lemon juice. You see, I have 2 pots on the stove. I had to divide my boil. I had to divide it into 2 because when we add the crabs, we didn't want it to be like overflow. So that was my reason for having 2 pots, because I made a lot of crabs. So now I added my parsley. And you're gonna taste the sauce and make sure that it is, you know, it tastes well. Once you taste, you just adjust as you go. So keep adding, you know, adjusting the Creole seasoning and the Cajun seasoning, and you know, if you feel like you need some more salt, like you just taste, you know, it's all up to you how you want it. If you want it with a lot of salt, some people like a lot of salt, some people like less salt, so you have to really adjust this. So you see I keep adding, you know, the Obe seasoning and whatever, because I tasted it and I realized it needed more. So I'm gonna add some of the water from the boil to thin out my sauce a little bit. So because once the butter, you know, cooks, once the garlic cooks in the butter, it gets a little thick once it cooked down. So I just added a little bit of that water in there, that nice seasoned water. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to add my shrimp to the pan. I didn't put my shrimp to boil in the water. I usually just put the shrimp into the butter sauce to cook, and shrimp cooks like in 3 minutes max. So you know, this sauce is already done, so by the time I put the shrimp in there, in 3 minutes it will be cooked. So there goes my jumbo shrimp. I'm just gonna lay them out in the sauce and let them cook. You want to make sure it's all coated in the sauce, so that's why I'm kind of mixing it up a little. I'm just adding a little bit more of the lemon juice into the sauce. I love lemon, so this is my reason why I'm using so much lemon. With seafood, I definitely love using a lot of lemon. So once that water is, everything is soft in there, the potatoes, the corn, everything is soft, I started adding in the crab legs. Now these crabs are big, so As I said, I had to split the pot into two, to put them into two different pots. But crabs also take like 3 to 4 minutes to cook, so that's why I put it more to the end when everything else is already soft. The corn was soft, the potatoes are soft, and the eggs are already in there boiling. So I'm just adding in the legs, and eggs is also optional. I'm not really a big fan of the eggs. I just did it for whoever else wanted, but you don't have to put eggs. You can put sausage in there also. I don't really like the sausage either, so it's all up to you and what you want in your seafood boil. Some people put mussels, some people put scallops. I mean, it's endless options for a seafood boil. So you just use whatever type of seafood that you like. So once that water come back up to a boil with the crabs in there, you boil it for about, I'll say 5 minutes max. So you see the shrimp is cooking in that sauce. You see how the sauce is like, you can see that it's cooked because the shrimp changed in color. So this is almost ready. So I'm going to add some paprika. I like when my sauce have a little color to it, so I put a little bit of paprika in there. So now it's time to build our crab boil. I have a dish here. You could use whatever dish you have. You could use a big silver pan. This is what I have at the moment, so I'm just starting to take everything out of the boiling water. This is all the corn and the crab legs and everything, and we're just putting it into this dish. So I took the shells off of the eggs, and I just added the eggs in there also. As the eggs, I put them in at the end of the boil, in the boiling water. I put it like 7 minutes. For 7 minutes. For the last 7 minutes, I put the eggs in there. Once this is all nice and full, we're going to take that nice garlic lemon butter sauce and just pour it with the shrimp and just pour it in there. I think we needed a really bigger dish. I have like a big silver pan you can use. That's ideal because it will be able to be distributed more evenly into the on everything. Because right now it was still on there, like we still had, you know, the sauce on everything, but I still made some extra sauce for the side, you know, for anyone who wanted to dip their sauce, dip their seafood into the sauce. You can also make some extra sauce or leave some back, it's up to you, but we usually just pour the whole thing over, and it's usually pretty good. Now I'm going to just sprinkle some parsley all over the top, and there goes my seafood boil. So with this, the longer it sits, the more tastier it's going to be, but we dug into it right away. We were really hungry, so we started eating. I mean, everything was so tasty, everything was so good, and you know, there's a lot of sauce at the bottom of the pan, so we were pretty good. You know, it was all everything was drenched in the sauce, and it is, you know, all over there. So right now I'm just trying something. I wanted to see what it's going to taste like if I added more Cajun seasoning to that, but that is optional. I just tried something because it's already well seasoned, but you know, some people have a different, you know, tolerance for certain things. Some people add more salt to their food, so I just wanted to try something new. But you see how much sauce is at the bottom of that pan? Like, you don't even have to make a sauce on the side, because look at how much sauce that was coming out today. Again, that is another preference. If you like to dip the sauce, like when you buy crabs, you know that's how they do it. They have the butter sauce on the side. You could always do that. But this was really, really good. As you can see, we're really enjoying it. And yeah, so hope you guys try this recipe. And let me know how it came out. You know, comment and let me know how it came out and if you tried it and you know how it worked out for you. So please like, subscribe, and share this video. And I'll see you in another one. Bye.